Hey, welcome to Get Up and Go. We're going to drop into this class straight away, giving ourselves time to arrive and unfold into our day. If you like to practice with blocks, make sure to have them near and scoot them toward the front edge of the mat. And if it's not uncomfortable to your knees, I'm going to invite you to kneel with me closer to the back of the mat. If sitting on your bum makes more sense to get going, that's no problem. I can cue you to join us in the next transition. Let's arrive. Close your eyes. Grow height through your spine and soften your shoulders with intention. And then clear a breath to land here. Enjoy a moment to really tune in to how it is that your breath moves in and out in this moment. And cultivate a quality around the breath so that you can coach it to become naturally full, comfortably expansive, so that there is both generosity and patience with the breath. As always, be curious about what inner spaces your inhale can fill and touch, and how complete you can make your exhales. If keeping your hands centered down on your lap feels the best to you to get going, then please let them rest and stay there. And for those of us that it speaks to, hands together into the place of the front of the heart. Especially if you find this practice in the morning as something that is, in fact, beginning your day, giving you that moment to get up and go. Consider if there is an intention or a quality you want to bring through your day with you. What is it that will help you to remain aligned, to feel at ease and within balance with yourself and whatever it is that you tend to encounter? Hold space for this moment that is personal and true for you. One more big breath here. And when your exhale comes, release your hands back down onto your lap. Eyes can be open or closed. When your inhale comes, slide your shoulders back, reach your heart forward, gaze might lift. And then when your exhale comes, curl the upper back, chin into the chest, press the space between your shoulder blades away. Sliding on the call of the breath, and inhale, lifting up through the chest, opening. Exhale, soft rounding, drawing some release through the neck muscles. And inhale to expand, slide shoulders back, open collarbones. And the exhale, drawing the navel in toward the spine as we round the upper back. We have two more. Ride your breath. And one more. Good. As you come to sit up really nice and tall, drop your fingertips down toward the floor. Drop your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Walk your right fingertip further away. Just take an honest, deep, full breath here. Go wait for your exhale. Roll your chin through the center of your chest and then tip right ear toward right shoulder. If there's space, walk your left fingertip further away. Great. When your exhale comes, chin rolls down into the center of your chest, and then inhale, pick up the crown of the head, shoulders too if it feels good. Big ol' roll. Exhale, drop shoulders back and down. We're going to bring the upper body into a side-to-side to tilt and twist. So let your fingertips on your left side support you. Inhale, lift through your right arm, and exhale, peel away, open to the left. Side to side on the call of your breath. So I like to inhale to come through center and exhale to peel away to the right. My inhales always lift me through center and exhales take me away. If that's too fast or it feels like the opposite intuitive force to move you, switch it up to something that feels right. Every inhale has an action, and then every exhale has an action. Eyes can be open or closed. Let it feel good for you. Good, and when your inhale lifts you through center, your right fingertips will come down toward the floor and your left hand is gonna cross over the crest of your right thigh. Gentle twist toward the right, big breath. Good, we're gonna bring it up in a sweep with an inhale, left and right arm up. Exhale, twist over to the left side. Again, following the call of your breath, turn forward, stretch arms high, big inhale. And when your exhale comes, fingertips come down to the mat. However it makes sense to you, I'm gonna come forward onto my knees, tuck my toes till I can feel the foundation of my feet beneath me, and we're gonna dangle and hang in our first forward fold, standing at the back of the mat. Forward folds, especially in the morning, are something that might be tender and personal. So if you feel like you need a big flex in the knees or even the resting of your elbows to your thighs, go for it. It might feel good to start to bring some shift and some sway through the hips, through the neck. Maybe you're even in a body that you want to drape and dangle and hang. Maybe a ragdoll is what feels best to you. So if you want to reach for your elbows or your forearms, go for it. Breathe life into the base of the back. We're going to stay for one more. And let your arms hang heavy. Flex quite drastically through your knees so everything is supported, ribs to thighs. And when your inhale comes, roll up super duper slow. The exhale draws your shoulders back and down. Standing into mountain pose for the first time through our practice, lift up through our chest, clarify your idea of intention for the day, the quality that's going to ride with you, and bring it into your movement here. When your inhale comes, stretch open and high. When your exhale comes, swim your arms up to the sides, lead with your heart and fold. Halfway up with an inhale, chest forward, drawing length from tailbone to breastbone. And then exhale, release and fold. Bend through your knees as much as you need to till you can walk the whole body out to the length of a plank pose. You might even need to step feet back. And you might choose to have the knees lifted up or lowered down. I'm going to totally leave that to you. We want to cultivate some strength in the center, in the belly. So whether it is that knees are lifted or lowered, pull the front of the pubic bone in toward the lower rib cage, up toward the belly button. Draw the shoulders back from the ears so all of the back body muscles can support you too. And then when your exhale comes, lower down with control. Good, untuck toes. And when your inhale comes, roll your chest open for a baby cobra. And then with an exhale, move through all fours or turn your toes directly under and lift your hips up for our first downward facing dog. It's quite possible that your first dog needs to go for a walk. So if you want to continue to spread your hands out wide as you lengthen your spine and your tail behind you, go ahead and pedal through your knees if that's something that feels right. Shift a sweeping of your hips side to side. Find the places that your body might hold on to, your nighttime cobwebs, your stuff. Clear one more big breath. Good. With hands really firm to the mat, use an inhale, reach your right leg high. And then when your exhale comes, bring your right foot all the way up to the front of the mat, and we're going to lower our left knee down to the ground. Stable through your right foot, inhale, sweep up really nice and high, low lunge. Give yourself some space to find that balance between drawing into some openness and maintaining stability. Bring attention back to your breath so your breath can really aliven whatever is happening. And we're going to take one more. Awesome. When your exhale comes, both hands come down inner edge of right foot. You're going to pick up the left heel and draw everything into a pivot until all 10 toes can face the long edge of the mat. From here, you're going to use an exhale, sink quite dramatically into the left knee for a variation of a side squat. And your right toes might stay grounded, or you might even find that the right toes float, pressing into the base of your heel. We're going to move side to side. So when your inhale comes, straighten both legs, lift your hips through center. And when your exhale comes, sink over, side squat to the right. Inhale, lift hips through center. Exhale over to the left. Fingertips can travel with you. Inhale through center. Exhale right. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale to squat left. Depending on how your body feels, this is perfect. Stay in a place where you can stay grounded, expansive through the chest and the spine. So pull the chest forward. And if you want challenge, one arm at a time reaches out toward the sides. Lift the belly up, pull the shoulders back. Breathe one more. Good. With an exhale, fingertips find the earth. You're gonna walk all the way back up towards your right foot, and all 10 toes will spin to face the short side of the mat again. When you're ready, you'll use an inhale, squeeze your right leg towards straight. With or without blocks under the shoulders, pull the chest forward and scissor the inner thighs toward one another. You're gonna breathe here 2 more. Good morning, hamstrings. Good morning, calf muscle. Awesome. When your exhale comes, bend back into your right knee, repivot your left foot, and we're gonna glide up to our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. If it didn't land perfectly coming from that pyramid variation, no problem. Heel toe your feet to a place that it feels appropriate, and then really sink into the warmth and the strength of Warrior 2. We're gonna take this into a fun side to side, peaceful warrior, side angle dance like we've done before, but this time we're gonna really empower the strength of our center. So when your exhale comes, you're gonna take your back hand, scoop it toward your front knee, and take your top fingertips, turn them over your top ear with the palm down. Really good. Take a breath here. And when your inhale comes, arrive back to Warrior 2. With an exhale, your front hand now is gonna scoop towards your back foot. Top arm reaches all the way over your top ear in a variation of our side angle. It's the center that holds us. Great, and when your inhale comes, arrive back to Warrior 2. Side to side dance. Exhale this variation of peaceful warrior, lean back. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale a variation of side angle, lean forward. Inhale, Warrior 2. One more each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Great. When your exhale comes, both hands come down, frame your front foot, pick up your back heel, and step on through to downward facing dog. Might be a great time to spread your hands out wide, tilt your bum up super high, and clear 3 or 4 breaths. If you're ready for some movement now, a little fire to help you find that get up and go, inhale to pulse forward to a plank pose, and with knees lifted or lowered, come on down. Cobra pose or up dog, I'll leave that to you. And then a downward facing dog, we return. Spread your hands out wide, lengthen through arms, through shoulders, through back, through tail. When your inhale comes next, sweep your left leg high to the sky. And when your exhale comes, left foot through to the front, lower your back knee down to the floor. When your inhale comes, sweep up high, low lunge. Low lunge is definitely supported in the center. Don't forget that part. We're sinking into the hips, but we're pulling a soft resistance of our belly back. Last breath here. When your exhale comes, both hands inner edge of your front foot. We're gonna pick up our back knee and take it everything into a pivot till we face the long edge of the mat. When your exhale comes, big sink into your right knee. Left toes can stay rooted or float. Inhale, lift hips through center, both legs straighten, and then exhale, sink to the left. Side to side, inhale to lift and straighten. Exhale, sink to the right. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, sink to the left. Wonderful. When we find our way back toward the right side again, we're gonna pause. We're really gonna stabilize the posture so that we can feel the press of the right foot, the sink into the hip, and then the rebound of the stretch of the chest forward. If you want more spice, arms open out wide to the side, pull the belly in, chest open. Perfect. Exhale, both hands come down, find the mat, and we're gonna take the low road until we're facing the front of the mat. Squeeze both legs towards straight. Don't be shy to use your blocks, especially because you're at home. Don't worry about what it looks like. Feel like the pose is supported and grow everywhere that you can. One more big, beautiful breath. Awesome. When your exhale comes, bend back into the left knee, pivot your right heel down for Warrior 2, and when you feel like everything's set up, glide open. We're going to do the same thing on this side that we did on the first. We'll take an extra couple of breaths in the first variations of these twisted dancing warrior expressions. So from the Warrior 2, sit into the heat of the pose, take your top hand over your ear and your back hand to point toward your front knee. Take a breath. Good. And then slowly when your inhale comes, arrive back to Warrior 2. Exhale, variation of side angle. So your top arm comes over your top ear, your front fingertips scoop toward your back foot. Breathe a breath. And then inhale, lift the shoulders right back up out of your hips, warrior two. Exhale, variation, peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, variation, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Side to side, find this slow sweep. Follow your breath. When your exhale comes, both hands come down, frame your front foot. Again, pick up your back heel and step backward to downward facing dog. Spread your hands out wide, tilt your bum up high, clear a breath. After this space, we're all gonna meet in child's pose, so you could go there directly. You could stay here for a couple more breaths, or inhale, pulse forward to plank pose, and with knees high or low, come on down. Cobra pose or up dog, and then slowly downward facing dog. When you're ready, to knees to the earth. I'm gonna recommend walking your knees out a bit wider, toes track together, forehead finds the mat. You could always elect to put your forehead onto the back of folded hands instead. Breathe a couple of really gorgeous, long, full breaths. Notice if you have the ability again to be generous with how you fill your inhale and patient how you release your exhale. Use your hands to support you and walk your chest up off your thighs. Kick your feet to one side. And we're gonna start by opening our left leg wide to the side. If you're tender through your heel, you have a hard floor. You could always put something in under the heel. Big bend into your right knee. And as always, same thing. If you need to support something under the hip or under the knee, it's yours to do. Left arm opens toward the left shin or ankle, palm turned forward, so we get this nice external rotation of our shoulder. And then with a big inhale, we're gonna reach our right arm either at a diagonal out of our shoulder, up over our ear, or a soft rainbow arch all the way over to our left foot. And this is all gonna depend on how the shoulder feels and what the fullness of the breath communicates. Keep your top shoulder rolling open, rib cage rolling open, and breathe here one more. Good. When your exhale comes, shift your gaze forward, roll your whole chest down, release your head toward your knee or your shin, let your hands soften opposite sides of your left leg. We should be able to feel this a bit into the back of the leg, but still into the space of our side waist. Breathe here one more. Good. Using your fingertips to support you, bring your gaze forward and inhale, lift yourself up. Little pivot and change, straightening through your right leg out toward the side, bending quite a lot through your left knee, and then positioning your right hand open on the inner edge of your calf or your ankle. Inhale, lift your left arm out of your shoulder, up over your ear, or if it feels good, rainbow arcing toward these right toes. Long stretch through this whole open top left side waist, keeping your left shoulder rolled open over your right shoulder. Breathe here one more. Good. When your exhale comes, look down, shift your chest, and fold over this right leg. If you are in a human body, you might find that your right side and your left side feel different. So just allow it to be what it is. Invite 2 more big full body breaths through. Yeah, lift your gaze with an inhale, walk your fingertips back towards you in support. Lean back onto your hands, and we're gonna open both legs. Ideally, we're in a position where our toes and knees both more or less face up. In my body, I find that an actual adjustment of the base of the back of my hips is helpful so I can feel my sits bones. I would love to invite you to bring your fingertips either spidered into the inner edge of your thighs or to the outer edge of your seat, so the length of your arms can help support the length of your spine. Draw your shoulders back and down, take a breath here. This is perfect, so if you're feeling a lot of sensation, that's great, you're in the pose. Close your eyes, feel what you feel. And if it feels available, you're gonna walk through the hinge of your hip crease, reaching your heart forward to the top edge of the mat. And you might come an inch or two, or you might find that you wanna reposition the hands here. If you have a lot of availability and flexibility and you find yourself lowering down toward elbows, toward the chest, go for it. And close our eyes and breathe 2 big breaths. Great, when your inhale comes, sit yourself up slow. Use your hands to assist you to pull your legs back together. And we're gonna make sure that we're positioned on the mat in a way that there's a lot of room to roll down in just a moment or so. With the feet base to the floor, nice big bend to the knees, feet riding parallel about hip distance. We're gonna draw our hands back behind us with the fingertips pointing toward the front edge of the mat. If that's compromising to the wrists, point the fingertips away to the edges. Take a soft roll of the shoulders open, lift the gaze. This is a great place to draw your belly in, peel your chest open. And if you want one more moment of spice, push the full foundation of the 4 corners of your feet and squeeze and lift your hips up. Shoulders loop back, belly lifts, tailbone starts to root to the space behind the back of your knees. And we breathe here one more. Great, when your exhale comes, lower your buns back to the floor. Make sure there's a lot of runway for you and lie on down. When you get here, you might want to hug your knees in towards you, rock side to side, maybe even cactus the arms out to the side and take a bit of a wiper. Long and even and full with the breath, trust it. And then we're gonna come to a space where the feet are drawn more or less together. Arms are open in a wide T-bar shape. We're gonna twist the knees off toward the left. Yogi's choice. So we've done a bit of side body opening, and you might find that now there's some availability in this twist and you want to cross a leg, or maybe even support yourself to come into this day slowly by propping. Allow the weight of the body to sink and let your breath really clarify again for 3 breaths here. And when your inhale comes, lift all the way back up through center. Feet are even to the mat as you reposition your hips. And then over toward the right side when you're ready. You might find this is a different journey. It needs different adjustment or consideration. Feel the melt of your shoulders beneath you and the soft quality you can invite through your belly and your legs. Let your breath be expansive and hold any attention of your thinking mind, particularly if now everything is waking up enough within you that you can start to turn into the stories of your life and the tasks of the day. Remain here for just a moment more. Inhale, knees come up through center, feet help you readjust and square the hips, and then it might feel really nice to hug the knees towards you for just a breath or two. Now welcome yourself when you're ready to kick your legs down the length of the mat. Let your hands come to rest on the space of your lower rib cage if that isn't uncomfortable. For 5 breaths, attempt to really fill the palms of your hands with the expansion of your breath, expanding into the edges of the ribs and completely filtering and filling into the space of your back body. Every exhale is complete. There can be huge benefit and personal power in starting our day with movement, with mindfulness, with awareness, and with intention. And if you have a couple of moments to rest here before you move off the mat, please do. And if from here, this is the space that you're truly going to get up and go, Do it with a little light in your heart, with a remembrance of your own inner strength, your own inner power to cultivate a life that feels good. It's my pleasure to start the day with you. The light that burns within me sees and very honorably bows to that exact same amazing light that burns within you. Have a great day. Namaste.